Isn't it great to eat more, do less, and not worrying about gaining weight? Vietnamese are among the most physically inactive people in the world. Yet surprisingly, Vietnam by far has the least obesity rate of all countries. How's that possible? As a Vietnamese, I'm about to reveal the secret and how to make the famous authentic Vietnamese healthiest dish, the Summer Rolls. Hi, I'm Landon and thanks for joining me today. First thing first, if you heard someone say Summer Rolls, usually from experts, they're talking about Vietnamese spring rolls. These world-famous rolls have their own designated name instead of generic spread spring rolls. Sure, it's not wrong to call these spring rolls, but since you know it now, let's start talking like an expert. Alright, let's boil our meat with salt and water. Your choice is either pork belly or country-style ribs. Although pork belly is more traditional, I prefer country-style ribs with more meat, less fat, and no skin. I find it here in Louisville, Sam's Club has the best price. Now let's make our sauce. There are two popular sauces for summer rolls. The one I'm making right now is Hoisin peanut butter sauce. It's the favorite of younger generations, which including me. Yay! And it's more popular in South Vietnam. And we know North and South Vietnam are quite different. Nước chấm is the traditional and most popular sauce for summer rolls. It's used for everything: dipping, dressing, marinating. Obviously, I prefer peanut sauce, but I always enjoy nước chấm whenever I have it. The most versatile sauce in Vietnam. I have a video for it, check it out if you are interested. Now, when using cornstarch for thickening, be sure to stir until dissolved before placing on heat or we will have lumpy mixture. Medium heat, stir occasionally until thickened. Meanwhile, we wash and dry our produce. The drier the better, so you should have a salad spinner. The three basic produce for summer rolls are cucumber, lettuce, and herbs. Bean sprouts are optional, but since I love it so much, I'm so convincing you to have them. They add refreshing crunch in each bite, and if you have 10 seconds a day, you can have the freshest sprouts ever by throwing them in a yogurt container, just like I did. For herbs, right here I have fish leaves, Thai basil, Asian chives, cilantro, mint, and beefsteak leaves. You can have a wide range of fresh herbs as much as you like. All of them are from my garden, so lucky me. But you can get most of these from an Asian grocery store or a regular store. Asian store will have cheaper prices though. Fish leaves and beefsteak leaves will probably not available in any stores unless you can find a Vietnamese grocery store specifically. These two pack strong flavors and aroma. Anyway, you don't have to have everything. Just go with what you can find and what you like for your taste. Herbs and vegetables are very low on calories and contain a large amount of fiber. The process of biting and chewing vegetables causes more calories to be burned compared to drinking a glass of juice or Metamucil. Fiber also slows down the speed of food movements in our gut that make us feel full longer and less hungry. So I like to wash the lettuce last so they can be kept in the bowl, no need other container. Less calories while staying full longer. This graph gives you an idea of how summer roll compared to other meals. Finally, cucumber. There are two ways to prepare. I'm doing both so you can see. The first way is julienne the cucumber. I'm using a julienne peeler, or you can also use a mandolin slicer. Julienne is my favorite way. It gives a softer, juicier crunch compared to the traditional way, which we just thinly slice it. It has a harder crunch. If you try both, let me know which one you prefer. Now everything should work perfectly according to plan. Once we're done with the produce, our pork and the peanut sauce are also done. Transfer the pork to the same cutting board, no need to dirty another one. Immediately place the pot back on the hot stove. We'll use it to cook our noodles. This way the noodles will be seasoned with the salt infused in the pork flavored broth. It takes just 3 minutes to cook, so we don't want to go anywhere. But instead of just waiting, we transfer the sauce to a serving bowl and start preparing our shrimps. I'm using 15 extra large cooked shrimps, or you can use large size with 20 of them. These are peeled and deveined. I just need to remove the tails and split them in half. Now these frozen shrimps have a lot of liquid after thawing, so we want to dry them up just a bit with a paper towel. Slightly squeeze out some liquid. Not wet or dry, just moist shrimps are what we're looking for. Noodles are done. Drain and rinse with cold tap water for a couple times to remove excess starch and stop the noodles from further cooking, because nobody likes mushy noodles. We then just leave them in the pot to dry out just a bit before using. We don't want wet noodles. So stupid me, I've been splitting shrimp sideways like this. Well, it works, but hey, it can be dangerous. So I watched shrimp videos and realized, hey, they can actually straighten up their body when alive. Then why not when they're cooked? And here it is, a much easier, safer way to split shrimps. Just stand it up, straighten it, and split from the top down. Easy, right? And since we're talking about shrimps, I have 2 important notes for you. First, how to pick the better shrimps. When it comes to food, natural and organic is usually better, and that's true with shrimp too. Wild-caught shrimps have higher nutrient density, firmer in texture, and stronger in taste and flavor compared to farm-raised shrimps. But of course, the high price of natural organic food is real. So if you have to go with budget-friendly farm-raised shrimps, I have 3 excellent tips for you. First, we want to look for US or Ecuador shrimps. Shrimp farms in the US and Ecuador have higher standards compared to most of the rest of the world. And second, look on the label. We want to see no antibiotics, hormones or preservatives added. Shrimps fed on those things have lower quality. Oh, and also, if the packaging doesn't say wild caught, then it's farm raised 100%. Finally, we want to choose shrimps that visually look redder than the rest. Why? Although shrimp's color affected by genetics of the species, farm-raised shrimps always look pale compared to wild-caught. Their pigments called astaxanthin that give them the classic beautiful red color are affected by diet and maturity. Farm-raised shrimps are forced to grow faster with terrible diet, so no wonder they look kinda ugly compared to wild-caught shrimps. So even if shopping for just farm-raised shrimp, you still want to grab the redder shrimps, because that's an indication they might have been raised in better conditions, which results in better quality shrimps. Second note, shrimps and cholesterol. Studies show shrimps actually have positive effects on our cholesterol and heart health. It is because shrimps raise HDL cholesterol, also known as the good one, at a much higher rate compared to raising LDL, the bad cholesterol. Now, HDL job is helping the liver to get rid of excess unwanted LDL cholesterol off our body. So, the higher HDL, the better. Shrimp also lower triglyceride level in our bloodstream, which help prevent the thickening and hardening of our arteries, which reduce chances of stroke and heart attack. So the conclusion is shrimps are an excellent addition to a healthy diet, which again make these summer rolls amazingly healthy. And that was the last shrimp I just split. Hooray! The pork is cool now, perfect. Just slice it into thin slices, and that will be it for all the prep work. One final note for the shrimps, they have the natural sodium already, but if they're still plain for you, season them with salt and pepper. Just place the noodles here and we're ready to make our rolls. However, I always feel better to do some cleaning now instead of waiting after dinner. And I don't know about you, but I often fall asleep while eating like this. So seeing a big stack of dishes after my dinner is not my ideal. Oh, and one more thing, don't forget your fur babies. Sunny and Shadow have been waiting here patiently, especially Sunny, so I can't disappoint them. They know good stuff. The two of them are my most welcome guests in my kitchen. Alright, some warm water. This is a water bowl for the rice paper. I got it from Amazon, highly recommended. Let's set up our station. So traditionally in Vietnamese culture, we serve summer rolls in a party and sit on the floor. But these days, we have table. Right. Each person will make their own rolls, one at a time and eat as they go. While making the rolls, we can have conversation, socializing at the table. Of course, there's a joy of eating by yourself, nobody will judge, but this dish is so much more enjoyable with company. A lot of things here. I have no room for the lettuce, so it will be up here, just behind the camera. Just for the video, I'm using two plates here so I can get everything done quickly. First, we dip the rice paper in the water bowl. Rotate to make sure the entire paper coated, then slightly shake off the excess water. Here's a small tip. You want to place the paper a tiny bit overhung on the edge of the plate so that you can put that rice paper edge up to roll easily later. Otherwise, the entire paper will stick flat to the plate and it will just make it harder for you to peel it off later. I wet a second paper as well to save on time because it needs a bit of time to soften. Now start with placing shrimps a straight line across the middle of the paper, then line the pork just right below the shrimp line. This dish is very popular for vegan and vegetarian, so it's important to show what protein is being used. The meat should go on first before the rest. You can use slices of fried tofu or egg omelette for non-meat eaters. Next, break up some of the bottom of the green leaf lettuce if it's too long. We then place the center line of the lettuce right on top of the pork line. And that's the foundation of the roll. Now we add other ingredients in. Construct it however you like. It doesn't have to be in any specific order, but ideally, pick one order for yourself so you can easily keep in track of them. Now here's a tip. If you have another big leaf green, save to put them on last. That makes it easier to roll. Nothing will fall out. Now we grab the overhung edge, then fold it over everything and start to roll while using fingers to compress everything down, trying to make the roll tight. It gives us satisfying bites with better texture compared to a loose roll. Just right before the last rolling cycle, we will fold one side over to close it off. You can close up both sides, but I find it looks better to have one side open with some green exposed. Alright, just like that. Now I wet another rice paper and move on to make the second roll. At the end of the day, if you make just for yourself, roll however you like. But as a draining summer roll king in my extensive family, this is how I roll. My record of eating 22 large rolls in one sitting speaks for myself. I eat so much that everybody seems skeptical when inviting me over for summer roll dinner because I will stay there eating for hours or until everything is gone. Alright, before we finish all the rolling, let's talk about rice paper. Rice paper is made of 4 simple ingredients: rice flour, tapioca flour, salt, and water. Nothing fatty or unhealthy ingredients. Traditionally in Vietnam, making rice paper is an extensive all-manual process. You make the batter and cook one paper at a time, similar to making a crepe. Then transfer each paper to a drying mat made of bamboo that gives them the iconic pattern. Then we let them dry out by air before harvesting and storing them. Now, I'm not aware of any new texture methods If you know, please share with me in the comment. I always read. So the question is, which rice paper and brands should we use? Originally, rice papers are only made in round shape, but now we also have square shape as well. Maybe I'm biased for obvious reason that I grew up only eating round rice papers, so I prefer it that way. If you like to try the square ones, go for it, and I would love to hear your opinion on them. Now for the brand, myself and my family will always stick with Baco Guy, the Three Ladies brand. These rice papers have the right size and perfect thickness. You don't want to go with either too thin or too thick, which happen a lot with other brands. Too thin paper will break easily, while too thick will make it harder to bite and chew through. So trust me on this, go with the Three Lady brand. You can find them in Asian or Vietnamese market, or easiest way is to just order them on Amazon. In my experience, I always prepare a little bit more meat and shrimp than what expected. You just don't know if someone will come and grab a piece of something. So right here, my last two rows have extra shrimp and pork. I also try to add as much of the rest of ingredients in to finish everything nice and clean. So not much leftovers to store. I have a beautiful big fat last row right here. I can't wait to bite into it. Now let's get our sauces and we're ready to dig in. Now some Vietnamese all-purpose dipping sauce. I already pre-made this. It stored very well for a long time in the fridge, so you can always make ahead and use whenever needed. For the peanut sauce, I'm gonna have some crushed roasted peanut on top. I just use a cheap dollar store Ziploc bag. Work perfect for these purposes. Add some roasted peanuts and hammer them with a meat tenderizer. Just like that. One last thing I want to show you, the proportion of each row. As you can see, more than 2/3 of each row are vegetables, and each has only 115 calories. So eat them to your heart's content. Alright, I hope you find this video helpful with extra information I put in. As always, any like, subscribe, or comment means a lot for myself and my small channel. Thanks so much again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.